This is the way you will enter Dharavi from BKC side. When you come in, what you see on the parts related to, I don't know whether, yeah, these are all walkways, by the way. These are all walkways, so there'll be walkways everywhere. These are two buildings that you enter from, this will become a straight road. And these will be decks with restaurants and facilities that you'll see. So your entry into Dharavi itself is going to be one of the most modern ones. And that's the beginning of how it starts. This is the Mithi Drive for you. This is how the Mithi Drive, 3.3 kilometer long, will be there. And from slums, it will turn into this kind of all arrangements with mangroves, garden. There's going to be a recreation city here in terms of how the whole thing is going to be replacing the slums. And this is how most of the places will be. And what you see here, loops, these are all walkways, elevated walkways where people will be able to enjoy and walk across. And there'll be restaurants. Let me quickly show you. It'll be 3-layered structure all across. What you see here, the ground layer with the shopping. The first floor with the restaurants. And then the layer which is the garden for the people who will live there. So there'll be 3 layers for you to have modern dwelling units in terms of how the facilities will be provided for Mumbaikars to enjoy. There's going to be offices, there's going to be commercial, there's going to be hotels, hospitals, and as I said, the biggest multimodal transport hub with concourses feeding into whole of Mumbai. This is how the integrated master plan is going to look like. This is the Dharavi side, which is what will house all the sales units, what you see here. This is where the rehab will be, including this railway part, which has already started. By the way, the first building to railways will be handed over in December 26. So many of you who don't see this, let me unfold before you that very quietly the work is happening. Some of this rehab has already started. This part, this is another set of rehabs. This is all the sales. This is what will become that central vista, which I mentioned to you. So it will become straight for people to either go through the tube or bypass Dharavi, and this will be there. Friends, this is the example that I thought I'll give you. What do people get? We talk about people, we talk about change. So this 350 home, Pradab mentioned about the fact. You enter from here, the spacious kitchen that they get. There is a balcony kind of stuff that they are able to do for their clothes, but nobody from outside can see that. That's a big difference that one has to plan. There are 2 toilets. So one is connected to the bedroom, the other one is connected with the living room, and this is the living room, and a lot of people could actually put shutters here, which is the facility that we have provided, and therefore have 2 bedrooms. That's the kind of facility in a home. As I said, this is 17% higher than any other rehab in the city. So friends, this is where we are. We have already, as I mentioned, finished part of the survey. The enumeration was a huge exercise. Going door to door, collecting all the demographic data, entire information, master plan finalized, 1,000+ acres approved by the government. Government has got that done, leasing, subleasing agreement signed, and construction of 30,000 units underway. That's a part that many people won't know. And of course, I talked about Mithi River and dumping grounds moved ahead. Friends, we're going to create an experience center, which I will invite all of you. It's going to get inaugurated on 15th of August, hopefully, where you can actually see every bit of details right in the experience center, including how the furnished apartment will look like, how various facilities will evolve, how various things will work. Everything is being showcased in this experience center.